Alright, yo yo yo, it's your boy Yoshikidneo, and we are back with the Curse of Strahd. I think I've got my live stream set up perfectly. It shows that I'm live on Twitch, which is all I was really looking for. Hopefully that doesn't change. Yeah, so far so good. Cool. So, the last we left our heroes, well actually I'll get into that when I start talking to those guys, but for now, I'm trying to get this chat box. Can I get it to pop out? Is that a thing? Can I get that to pop out? I don't think I can. Yeah, doesn't look like I can. Yeah, that's fine. I'll keep it to where I should be able to see everything going on if anyone does decide to join. So, but yeah, welcome. Hopefully it's a good session. Alright, gentlemen. So, the last we left our faithful heroes in the lands of Borovia. You guys had just finished fighting off three hags in the old bone grinder, a windmill that's situated in between the village of Borovia and the town of Valaki, which was your current destination. You guys had persuaded Ismark into attacking the hags that lived there because they were causing a bunch of trouble with their little dream pastries and stuff like that. So Snoopy specifically brought up the idea and rolled really well to the point where he agreed and you guys headed off. While you guys were there, things did not go as planned. Ismark and Irene, you guys left them on the first floor to sort of guard the entrance and make sure no one came while you guys went upstairs to see what was going on, and things went south real quick. To sum it all up, Irene ended up dying to one of the hags as they cast her lightning bolt, and it struck her, killing her instantly after already having taken quite a bit of damage. At this point, the vampire Strahd had been summoned to this location to sort of deal with you guys, and he had busted down the door, taken the body with him, and told you guys to start counting your days, for they are numbered. He then left, and that's where last session began. Is you guys were starting to leave the bone grinder. The old hag let you guys pass and told you that next time she sees you guys that she's just going to go all out and try to kill you. And Ismark was not very happy with you guys. When he got to the fork in the road, he pretty much kind of dug in deep as he could, saying that you guys were not able to defend his sister like you had promised, that you guys weren't capable of defeating Strahd. You guys probably wouldn't be good enough to do, yada yada yada. He was talking a lot of shit. And I'm pretty sure Ed Simmons talked a lot of shit back. And you got an alignment change for that. So I'm just kidding, that didn't happen. But you did talk some shit in Russian, so.
Oh my god.
I did talk shit, didn't I?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
But yeah, he wasn't very happy with you guys and said that he hopes that your paths don't cross, and then he doesn't really consider you guys friends anymore. And then he started walking off on his own towards the village of Borovia, which was back the way you came. You guys kind of standing there, not really sure what to do now. We're like, well, there's really nothing for us back there right now, so let's just go ahead to the village of Valaki and see what's going on. And you did, and on your way there, you got attacked by a group of zombies. And as this group of zombies were fighting you, some random-ass woman from popped out of the woods and cut off Frankie's hair and then ran back into the woods without a trace. with it getting dark so quickly, you guys decided it probably wasn't worthwhile to go and try to find her. It'd probably be 1, really difficult, and 2, really dangerous, so you would just let it be, and hopefully nothing comes of that. The rest of your journey went without incident. You guys were able to... Who was it? It was Frankie, I believe, that was able to persuade the guards to let you guys in.
Yep.
I forget what exactly you said, but it was hilarious because everything that Ed Simmons and Snoopy had said did not work, and then you said something like outrageous, and they're like, "Yeah, you're right." So they let you guys in, and as they let you in, that's when you guys heard the howls of some wolves as they rushed the gate. So that kind of gave you a little bit of insight on what kind of is happening. This village is essentially always being watched from the woods nearby, and the guards are doing everything in their power to, keep it standing. You guys made your way to the tavern, and it was in this tavern that you saw or met a gentleman, a half-elf, that was named Rictavio. And he was wearing some pretty colorful garments, something you haven't really seen too much of since you guys got to this land. I believe it was Snoopy that started playing a tune, right?
Yeah, my harmonica that straps around my head.
Yeah, so Snoopy started playing a tune and he busted out his lute. And Snoopy was a lot better in his performance than Rictavio was, but the two of them together, it almost like just mixed really well to where you couldn't hear just Rictavio. Afterwards, he told you that if it wasn't for Snoopy, that he would have probably gotten booed out of the inn. Told you he was much better at telling stories and stuff like that, but he invited you guys for a drink, and after figuring that you guys were kind of trustworthy, he invited you to his room so you could speak in private, in which he told you guys the meaning behind the card reading that you guys had gotten a day or two before. And we start our session with you guys back, or with you guys still in the Blue Water Inn, chilling on the first floor. I think everyone is somewhere around here. Let me find where.
Well, don't forget that he was talking some mad shit and I almost snacked him.
That's right, yes. He was talking some mad trash, and Frankie tried to backslap him, but he missed horribly and hit the wall, hurting his own hand. Poor guy.
It looks like my fog of war is working now.
Is it? Perfect. So you, let's see, Kevin, do you just see that one room?
Let's see. Total darkness.
Total darkness.
Total darkness.
Let me see.
Oh no,
Oh.
I got it now. Good.
Okay, cool. Because, yeah, I was going to say, I switched the who controls your token and stuff, so it should be good. So let me change this music real quick from this eerie bullshit. For you guys. Good for me, bad for you.
That's fatal. I'm about to just make it a reoccurring thing that Ed just changes his voice every session.
Okay, I can dig it.
I just try to do it when I play somebody else's character to separate them for Brady.
Yeah.
I can dig it. I do appreciate that too. Alright, so you guys are currently in the Blue Water Inn. You just got done with your talk with Rictavio, and he's kind of told you guys that he wants to help you, but he's got things he has to do first before he can do that. But he wouldn't exactly tell you what it was that he needed to do, because he feels he needs to do it alone. And you're not really sure, like, how to help him at all. But he's invited you, and he said that the drinks are on him right now. There are 4 of the commoners that are sitting on the opposite end of the tavern. You see that the bartender has switched out to the female, who Rictavio would tell you is the wife of the family that owns this place. Her name is Danica. And then Erwin has gone back to make you guys some food back in the kitchen. So while that's all being prepped and stuff, Rictavio looks to you all. Actually, let me see. Who wants control of Boris? I think I'll just give it. Joe, are you cool with doing it again?
Sure.
Just make it easier.
Just assume I'm reckless attacking every time and he's raged all the time.
Okay. I think he's got like 3 rages now a day.
I think so. What's he, level 4 or 5?
He should be level 4, but he didn't update his sheet, so.
Oh.
Fun.
Does he have updated health?
Yeah, I updated his health for sure.
Okay. And
yeah, I did everyone's HP.
did he have a feat or anything, or we just...
Just pick one that sounds like it should work for him, I guess. Or actually, we'll just update his stats. How about that? And then if he wants to change it later,
we'll give him
1 in
we'll give him
strength.
1 to strength and dex.
Yeah, 1 to strength, 1 to dex. So I'll update that real quick.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good. That's probably something. I'd do that or tough.
Yeah.
Give him like 80 HP.
So Rictavio is sitting there with you guys, and he's sort of scratching his beard, and he's looking at the folks that are sitting on the other side, like kind of eyeing them.
Oh, you mean the experience points over there?
Sorry, what? Experience points?
Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. Boris says, "Why are you gay?"
Kinda tilts his head. I'm sorry, did I give you that implication?
Oh, my gaydar's not very good anyways.
Seems on point to me.
Just because I enjoy wearing some nice clothing doesn't make me gay.
Hey, I mean, whatever they say is a hole's a hole.
Fuck.
Right.
It's all good, man. One of my buddies wears the pink suit everywhere. Look at his fucking face.
I still haven't figured out how they got to my hair, but
You have a big ass hole on the back of your jumpsuit.
gotta get that fixed.
Oh, god damn it.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
So he's eyeing these folks, and then he looks at you guys and goes, "Since you're all new around here, I will assume you've not heard much about this town. Am I correct in that assessment?"
Sure. You're absolutely right. I was just going to ask.
Perfect. Well, a couple of the ongoings in this town, it's quite strange actually. The burgomaster here, everyone calls him the Baron. His name is Baron Vargas Valakovich. Valakovich. I'll type that out for you guys. Baron Vargas Valakovich. Boom. Lately, well, actually, ever since I've been here, and probably for much longer than that, he throws these weekly festivals that the town is forced to participate in. Otherwise, they get mistreated, beaten, thrown in the stocks, you name it, he's done it to them. I think, for whatever reason, he's under the guise that if these festivals keep the people happy, it will keep the devil himself away. And in all honesty, so far in my stay here, I've not seen him, and by him I mean the devil, Strahd, approach the town. Maybe it's working, but I wanted to give you all forewarning that when these festivals begin, do your best not to upset the Baron.
Are you telling me that the best way to keep Strahd in fear is singing loud for all to hear?
Yes, I am saying that, little elf. Kidding.
Is he afraid of happiness? Is that something you think wards him away?
He kind of scratches his head. In all honesty, I don't really know what to make out of it. Maybe he doesn't feel that it's worth his time, or maybe he's able to tell that it's actually just all false hope. And as he says false hope, he kind of whispers it a little bit, as to make sure no one like overhears him, because it is quite quiet, or it is quiet in this tavern. Like you can hear the occasional sloshing of the wine, mugs hitting the table and stuff like that. But the commoners, as you kind of look over there and glance, they all just kind of keep their eyes fixated on their glass and take a sip every now and then. They're not really like looking at you guys at all. So
So
yes.
you said the festival's in the morning tomorrow?
No. Festival. The next festival should be in about, I think, 3 days from tomorrow. It's the
Okay.
Festival of the Blazing Sun is what he's calling it. The last one was the Festival of Wolves or something. A few of the hunters that live in this town ended up killing quite a few wolves and beheading them, and they put their heads on spikes and paraded through the town, as if to show that they will not stand for Strahd's, I guess, power, corruption, leadership, anything.
What a barbaric act.
Yeah, I agree. There's much better ways to send a message to someone that's more powerful than you are, but I think an act of violence will only be met with an act of violence.
I think Snoopy would just piss on him.
Mine.
Piss on who, Strahd?
To exert that dominance.
Yep, mine.
Very good, and he kind of pats you on the head. Another thing is the Baron is, as far as I can tell, he's definitely not in league with Strahd. He very much hates him. But there's a couple other people in town that I've been watching, and they seem like common folk. But I feel like they're here gathering information for Strahd. And I'm not exactly sure what to make of it.
Well, you'll have to point them out to us. Maybe we'll keep the peace, if you know what I mean.
I do know one thing is that they typically they meet under the guise of a book club that is led by Lady. Let me make sure I say her name correctly.
Lady
Watched her.
Antebellum.
Nah,
Watched her?
Watched her. Yes, Lady Watchter, one of the nobles, one of the few nobles of this town. It's really just her family and the Baron's family that have any sort of nobility to them. She's been trying to become the Baron of this town for quite some time. And I've noticed that in the past few months, well, at least the past few weeks that I've been here, she started a book club. And I know that one of the spies will come to the book club every now and then. I don't know if it's correlated or not, but it could be. Regardless, he or she, I can't really tell from the distance that I follow, but they don't seem to frequent the book club as they meet every few days. So it could be speculation, maybe he's gathering information on her for Strahd as well. But regardless, she is looking for any way to essentially dethrone the Baron and take over the town for her own family to start, I guess, making things their way. So I'd watch out for her. She could be a valuable ally, but so could the Baron. And in all honesty, if you get caught in the middle, well, it could be trouble, or it could be very lustrous.
People around here really do fancy corruption, don't they?
I think it comes with the territory of Borovia. Nothing of their fault. They can't really help it. They're stuck here.
Fair enough.
That brings me to another thing. Have you tried leaving this land at all?
There was an attempt or two, yeah.
Shit, we just got here.
I leave in my head.
I only ask because if you do try to escape, well, it's a fool's errand, unfortunately. I've made many attempts myself, and have learned the hard way that once you're here, you're stuck. Honestly, I don't know what the key is to get out, but I think it comes with the slaying of Strahd himself.
I think that's a good assumption.
I don't like the idea, but I mean, it has to be done, I guess.
Your voice changes quite a lot.
Something with my voice box. I don't know. It's
You
weird.
gotta build that into your backstory somehow.
You're basically Bumblebee.
I wake up. I woke
should've
up
been
in front of this place where I learned my abilities, but something was wrong with my voice every time I talk. I have no clue.
He takes a sip of his wine and looks at you and kind of... good, very good.
Tragic.
Oh
God,
God.
What else can I tell you about this place?
Oh, what of the ravens?
Ravens. All of you make a perception check real quick.
Shit, hold on. Orthwind a third, that's kind of badass.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, sweet. Swaff, Zach just texted me and said that he's in the guard with us now, so you'll meet him, I'm sure, one day. Is that first perception check? That's Boris,
That's
I believe, right?
Yeah, that's Boris. The rogue always has higher.
Not always. I've seen rogues not take perception.
Oh.
So let's see. So as you say that, none of you notice, because you guys are kind of looking towards Rictavio, but Snoopy, you notice that Danica kind of like peers over real quick with a glance, and then her eyes meet with yours, and she goes back to cleaning glasses. Ravens. I've been wondering myself, honestly, and he kind of leans in closer as to kind of say this quiet enough to where, you know, those common folk don't hear. He's not really he doesn't seem to be too worried about Danica at all. But I have noticed that they do seem to follow Key, and as he says Key, Erwin pops out. Ah, I've got your food! And he puts down a platter in front of each of you, and it's it looks like a steak with some potatoes and some bread. So very, very, you know, delicious, pretty simple meal. And he makes sure to put another, like, what is it? not a growler, but whatever they use to hold a bunch of wine. It's not in a bottle. He puts one of those on the table.
Flagon. That's the
Yeah,
word.
flagon. He puts a flagon on the table as well and goes, "All right. Rictavio said that he's going to cover the bill." And he looks over at Rictavio. "Snoopy, you see this," and he kind of winks at him. "So, eat as much as you want if you need seconds." And he kind of like nudges Boris because he's a big ass dude, and then he kind of chuckles towards Frankie. "Then just let me know, I'll make you another plate. Anything else I could get you, fine gentlemen? Does the dog need a refill?" And he looks under the table at the water bowl that hasn't been touched yet.
No, I'm good.
"Still so strange." And he walks away. You hear the door close behind him. As I was saying, as he starts, Rictavio starts to slice into a steak. "I've noticed that some of them follow me on occasion. I haven't been able to really tag them or anything like that. Anytime I try to get close, they fly away, but within a matter of minutes, they're back to watching me. It's very strange behavior. I'm not sure what exactly it means, if it means anything, honestly."
Alright.
Hmm.
Thanks for that.
I'm just distracted by the fact that this food smells delicious.
Oh, yes, definitely. Go ahead, eat.
Reaches and digs in for one huge spoonful.
I'm gonna waddle all over on over to the bartender.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that. I'll be right behind you after I fill my fill.
I come up to her and like a puppy and wag tail.
Oh, aren't you so
Dude,
cute?
that was a
I know
freaking-
you can understand me. At the side of the bar, please.
I jump over.
Roll me just roll a d20 real quick. She takes out a rag and starts wiping off one muddy paw print that you left on the thing. That's fine, I guess.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I had muddy paws.
Oh, it's okay. You're so cute, I can't stay mad at you. She kind of like grabs your cheek kind of like a grandmother would and starts like tugging at it and scratches behind your ear.
Oh yeah. And I want to say quietly, I noticed you when I mentioned ravens. Do you know anything about the ravens?
"The ravens? What about?" And she gets a little closer to you.
I don't know. And it looks to me like they're protecting or watching over us. Now,
Do they now? And she does, she kind of, oh, who's racing? She kind of looks around at you guys and goes, "Well, it's no, it's kind of a superstition of this place. Not really this town itself, but they do say that the ravens do watch over a select few, and should anyone harm those ravens, that ill fortunes will come your way soon. So think
There's
of it
gotta-
more as a blessing."
that's great. There's got to be like a raven king or queen or something out there that's like the leader of the ravens if they're watchers like that.
I'm sure they have their mating rituals and such, much like you do.
Yeah, doggy style. Pretty sweet.
She kind of chuckles and she looks towards the kitchen where her husband was and then looks back at you. "You're right."
I give her a doggy wink.
I'll start walking towards the bar now.
Snoopy's
Okay.
been late.
Oh my god, that was delicious. Hey, how's it going?
"Well, hello. I was just speaking to your pets. It's quite amazing that you were able to do this."
just because you pet me doesn't make me a pet.
I pet Snoopy on the head. He speaks all he likes. Deep down, he loves this.
It's 100% true. I do love this.
So, do you need another drink or perhaps another plate of food?
Some wine's fine. What was this about the ravens that I'm hearing?
Roll a perception check actually real quick for me, Kevin. A second one. Let's see if you actually heard it. Okay, yeah. She looks at you and says, well, it's a superstition, a belief in the lands of Borovia, that a raven that follows and watches over you is good luck. And that if you were to harm one of these ravens, that ill fortunes will find you. So, if these ravens have taken a liking to you, I would see it as a blessing in this cursed land.
Sounds like something out of a fairy tale.
Very well could be, but so is being teleported or brought to a land you've never seen, unable to leave at your own will.
Is that how everybody here got here?
No. My family has lived here for quite some time. We've always owned this tavern.
No, I got that, but what about your latest ancestors? Did they get to this land a long time ago? And like,
Let's
I guess
see.
that's the truth for every single person everywhere that lives anywhere. But
Yes. So, let me look over my notes real quick and see what they know. Let's see. So yeah, she kind of looks at you and goes, well, honestly, I remember this land being as it is for ever since I was born. I just figured it was something, typical. Like this is how the world kind of is. Otherwise, it is strange when newcomers come through the mists and find out they can't leave, and they've been to a whole new land that they call home. But I don't exactly understand exactly why that is. I've never understood it, and in all honesty, with my family here, I don't really care too much. If I'm being perfectly honest.
Perfectly fine with me.
okay, bye.
Okay. Y'all have a good one then.
Unless you're
Hey.
gonna say something important.
Oh, and I must say, out of everyone here, you're the most beautiful person here.
Oh,
Oh, stop. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
oh shit. Her wife's a cuck.
Oh,
Yeah. No, she
Or her
tells you
husband's
to
a cuck.
stop, and she kind of gives you a little smile, but as you start to walk away, you see it fades to a kind of, not really a frown per se, but like the smile was definitely fake as fuck.
oh, god damn it! I can't get any love here. So how's everybody going over here? How's the food?
And you hear Rictavio, food quite delicious.
Perfect.
He takes it, he swallows his food and downs a little bit of his drink, and he leans in and says, that is an interesting thought, Ed. I've been curious about a lot of the history of this land as well, and I've not found anything on it. There's no books that speak of why the land is the way it is. There's no records. No one seems to understand it themselves. All quite strange.
Plus that unexplained feeling that I have in the back of my neck like there's something wrong.
Well, there is something wrong. Strahd.
Exactly. Just the unconscious need for me to bless everything I touch. I don't know.
Well, go about it as you please, but I don't know if that'll really get you anywhere. But if you do, and he kind of shakes his finger in the air a little bit. If you do require some sort of I don't know, blessed teachings, the church in town, that would be a good place to check.
Where is that?
It's just down the street. And he kind of points you towards the direction of where it would be St. Andal's Church. Lovely place. I believe there are nightly sermons. I've never gone to one myself, but I do see people that sort of flock to the church at night, hoping to pray away all the fright.
If that's okay with everybody else, I'd like to make that run. That is, if everybody else is okay with coming with me.
I'll come.
Only after seconds.
All right.
As you say seconds, you see Danica head towards the back, open the door. Another plate for the dwarf. Aye.
Yes, please.
And then Erwin
Just
comes out
stuff in
moments
his
later.
fucking face.
He comes out a moment later and puts a plate in front of you. All right, eat up now. And he heads back in there. Do y'all have anything else you have to ask for Rictavio?
Yeah, I got my information. Point me to a church and I'm good.
Rictavio, if we need to reach you, will you just be in this town? Is this your go-to spot?
Yes. If you can't find me in my room upstairs, then more than likely I'm somewhere on the premise within the walls. If you desperately need to get in contact with me, though, you can either wait here for me, or leave a note and I'll find you.
Great to know, because I'm sure we'll think of other questions as time goes by.
Oh, yes. Most definitely. But for now, he takes his drink and he kind of chugs it and goes, I assume you're all about to leave, so I will take my leave and go ahead and turn in a little bit early. And he kind of makes his way over and turns around. It was lovely meeting all of you, and I look forward to our next encounter. And he kind of does like a small bow towards you guys and then heads up the stairs.
Good night.
Such a strange place.
Indeed. Guys, we still haven't rested from the hag fight. We should probably...
Yeah,
Take
that's
a
what I was about to
nap.
say. We should get some rest.
It's been a long day.
Well, the real question is, where are we staying?
Here, of course, and Danica, you notice she takes off a key from a board behind her and walks over. Rictavio will be, he's already paid for your rooms. And if you're ready, I can show you exactly where they are. And she kind of points up, because as you notice, like there's like a railing up the stairs to where you can kind of see some doors and stuff like that. So let me put you guys here. She essentially points to this room right here. Tells you guys that's where you'll be staying.
Okay.
And that you get there from the outside. So you got to go outside, up the stairs from the outside to get there. But yes, you're more than welcome to use the room until you leave town, I guess. Just make sure when you do leave town, if you could turn in the key so that we could allow it to be used for anyone else that may come by. It's very seldom that happens, but it does happen, much as it is now.
Well, thank you.
She
Let's go
smiles at
take a
you.
nap.
Okay. So I'll put you guys into your quarters. At this point, you guys go ahead and get anything in all your health pack. Get back any of your abilities that you used for the day, any of your spell slots. And we will go ahead and consider
Level
that
up.
your long rest. Yeah. No level up though. Not
Those
yet.
4 zombies weren't enough.
No. Nowhere near.
Meditation.
Yeah, that's true. You only need 4 hours for a trance, right? As a drow.
Right.
Okay. So the next morning, as you guys wake up, you head downstairs. Let me put those guys away. And you notice that there's like really no one at all around. It's quite strange that they would just leave the place. You assume that they live upstairs somewhere, so more than likely that's where the family that owns this place are. But the door is open for you guys to leave the inn.
So, boys, I'm thinking there's a couple things that we can do. Well, first we can check out this town a little more. I think, Ed, you want to do that really bad. We left
Yeah.
a child grinding up, murdering hag alone because we were kind of weak. We can go back there and teach her a lesson, or we could go try to fulfill one of those prophecies.
Well, honestly, in all fairness, we did almost die.
Well,
So
that's
I don't
because
know
there's
about
already
that.
2 of them.
Interesting.
Just
I mean,
remember that if we don't, she's probably going to grind up more children and feed them to people.
Boris
well,
tugs on his axe a little bit. I wouldn't mind another fight.
My dude.
all right.
No,
Well,
I'm not saying that's what I want to do. Just saying that's something that we might maybe we should do now or down the road.
now the real question is, do you want to do it?
Do I want to stop little children from being eaten? Yes.
No.
Do I want to become bone sauce in a pastry? No.
Well, for my teachings, by the Lord's graces, might as well do it then. After we check that church out.
Maybe we can check the armory and stuff here, see if there's any nifty stuff around.
Ew. You got a point. Let's do it.
Alright, so where are you headed right now?